So currently I need about 3 trades to pass my phase 1. Before it was 2, but now I need 3 for it to pass my phase 1. What's up guys, welcome back to SM Trade. If you're new here, it's not subscribe button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Yes, you watching me, subscribe. Or take a stop loss in next trade. Subscribe. I document with trading content. I show the win, I show the loss, and I show the less and between. Everything here is real, full transparency, no lies, no edited profit, no fake losses. Everything here is real. If I took a loss, it's a real loss. If I took the profit, it's a real profit. Last week I started a challenge of how I can flip a 5k challenge. Flip? No, go. Of how I could go a 5k challenge account or a 1 million in funding account. So far my challenge is going sour, no profits, loss or win. But that's not the end. We are still alive, we still have the accounts, and I won't blow it yet. Probably next week will be more better. I'm going to try my best to get my first win next week, or even pass the account by next week. Nobody knows. So before I talk about the mistake which I made on my last week trade, here a quick review of my trade for last week. Trading 5k to 1 million in funding. Trade 1 just closed at break even. No profit, no loss, capital protected. Discipline over emotion. On to trade 2 next. Trading 5k to 1 million in funding. Trade 2 ended in loss. I took double position on gold and got paid for it. Lesson learned. On to trade 3 next. Trading 5k to 1 million in funding. Trade 3 ended in the loss. That's 2 loss in a row. My focus now is risk control. On to trade 4 next. Trading 5k to 1 million in funding. Trade 4 just ended in loss. That's back-to-back red trades. I can stay alive. Risk, stay controlled. We follow the plan. Trade 5 loading. That's the trade for last week, and that's the losses. And yeah, the mistake which I have. So after which I can try and made on my trade 1, which was on USD card, was a good trade. Although not the best of setup, but was a good trade. But I couldn't take out my profit out on time. Although I was up 1% in profits, and I wasn't vigilant enough because trade was going down to my favor, and I was waiting to hit 2% in profit before I close out. But I wasn't vigilant, like I said, because there was a key resistance and I didn't take note of that. And price hits that resistance and then move up. So I wish I've hold that trade without over my top of break even. I would have ended in a loss. But the reason why I moved my stop loss to break even was because I was up 1% and I don't want to then take a loss after being up 1%. That's why I moved my stop loss to break even. That was my first mistake for trade 1. Trade 2 was on gold. Yeah, I took a trade on gold. The mistake here was I was trading on the resistance. Crazy. Yeah. Trade 2 was a buy on gold. So I go down to my H1 time frame. I check for key level. I mark out the resistance. So I saw a break, which was the first break. So I saw it was a actual break. So I waited for a news because during that period there was a NLP news coming up. So I waited for news to come up and see the news display before making my entry. So I waited for news to come up, and after the news come up, there was a quick, massive drawdown on the gold. So after that, after like 30 minutes, I saw setup on the M15. So like, okay, I can trade that setup to a key level at the H1. So I make my entry on the M15, which was assigned to day 3 on the M15. And just 2 candles out of the trade. So that was my first loss. I lost about $100 on that trade. My next trade, which is trade 3, was on GBGPY. This trade was technically, I was wrong. Yeah. So I didn't analyze the chart very well. And I was very confident because I've seen it set up before, like, and going to move the way I see it before. And that was wrong. So the mistake here is that I wish I've gone down to my H1 time frame. I've just quoted a key level there and price make a rejection on that key level and then far. Obviously, colors, that was a clearly mistake from me, a technical mistake. And the reason was I was overconfident, not, yeah, I had to make or better to have to be vigilant, watchful, watch the charts. So that was my second loss. And my third loss was on GBP USD. This was a swing trade. That's my strength. But I lost swing trading. But the painful part, I had to wait for like 1 or 2 days before I get to see profit or loss. So I took my entry on the H1 candle after a break of a key level, and the price moved in my direction, like about 1%, 1.2%. And then far it's stop loss. Yeah, that was last week was good. Was good. According to setup, I followed the plan. Oh, fortunately ended in a loss. I can't beat the market. I also had to accept my loss. That was my trade for last week. That was the first trade I took. I took 4 trade last week, and that was all for last week. Going to next week, this new week, I will try to be more vigilant. One, number one, more vigilant. Again, be more vigilant. Number two, I'll try to be more technical. Analyze my charts very well, not to drop into an entry. And number three, I'll try to be more watchful. Same thing as vigilance. Vigilance, must be vigilance to avoid losses. So I'm anticipating my first win and going to happen by next week. If it doesn't happen, I'll still share it here, loss. And here it goes, I must share it. It's a challenge. I can't hide the losses. I must share the losses. Same way I will still share the win if it happens. So that's my plan going to next week. Be more vigilant, more technical, be more watchful of my shots. Try to look for my fundamentals and try to get away into it. And also, I'll trade with trend. Currently, I'm on Drawdown. I have to look for a trend trade and trade along with trend to see if I'll get a win. So currently, I need about 3 trades to pass my phase 1. Before it was 2, but now I need 3 for it to pass my phase 1. I had to go back to break even first before ever taking up passing the challenge. Far! Currently, my challenge is going south. I won't lie. But we had to trade it. We had to get back to the challenge. We had to pass it. And we had to scale up. So don't forget the challenge. The goal is simple. Pass the 5K challenge. Make a withdrawal. Purchase a higher capital account. And then so on, scaling up like that. And there's something you guys are missing. You guys are missing the next big trader in this forex space. You guys are missing the next big trend in this forex space. You guys are missing the next big mentor in this forex space. I said this first. Take it to what? I stick to my word. Take it to what? I said this first. So follow for more updates. So please share, subscribe, like. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.